Hello, viewers, and welcome back. I'm David, and this is my co host, Zach. Zach, what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about NASA's Gateway Station. This will be the first space station to orbit the moon, and I'm pretty excited to talk about it. So let's get into it.
As Zach said, Gateway is a space station that will be placed into orbit around the moon. It will serve as an orbital habitat and workspace for Artemis astronauts as they continue to explore the moon's South Pole region. NASA plans to use the station in this role for the Artemis 4 mission. During Artemis 4 and all missions after, Gateway will be where the astronauts go first. They will dock their Orion capsule to Gateway and transfer over to the station. There, two of the four astronauts will transfer over to the pre-staged Human Landing System, or HLS.
The HLS will then separate from Gateway and make its way to the lunar surface. Meanwhile, the two astronauts left behind will conduct science and other tasks. When the surface crew complete their mission, they will return to Gateway, transfer samples over to the Orion capsule, and then all the astronauts will return to Earth. In this way, Gateway is similar to how the Apollo missions used the command module to house the astronauts who didn't make the trip down to the moon. Gateway is just a permanent structure that will be able to continue to function and gather data even while unoccupied between Artemis missions.
Having covered the idea behind Gateway, let's move on to the different modules that will make up the space station. Much like the International Space Station currently orbiting Earth, NASA plans to build the station section by section, gradually increasing its size over time. The first two modules that will make up the station are the Habitation and Logistics Outpost, or HALO, and the Power and Propulsion Element, or PPE. These two sections, being made by U.S. companies Northrop Grumman and Maxar respectively, will be combined together here on the ground and then launched together with a SpaceX Falcon Heavy. The two sections will then use the PPE's solar electric propulsion system to make the journey out to the moon. The trip will take almost a full year, but the station will use its onboard science instruments to collect data on the radiation encountered during the trip.
The next module to arrive at Gateway is the Lunar International Habitation Module, or IHAB, which is being provided by the European Space Agency. The IHAB section will launch with the Artemis 4 mission and will connect to the HALO section, increasing the living and working space available to the crew. The Artemis 4 astronauts will be the first to use Gateway. Additional modules and components will be sent on later flights. These include the Canadarm3 supplied by the Canadian Space Agency and the crew and science airlock provided by UAE's Mohammed bin Rashid Space Center.
Now, you may have picked up on us listing international organizations providing modules and components. Like with all aspects of Artemis, the United States isn't conducting the project alone.
That's right. NASA's international partners have agreed to provide modules for the station in exchange for opportunities for their astronauts to visit the station in the future. For example, Canada is getting 2 flight opportunities to the moon in exchange for their Canadarm3. One of those opportunities is being realized with Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen being a member of Artemis 2.
So, we've gone over the mission concept of Gateway, the core modules and components that will make up the space station, as well as the international partners that will help contribute to it. But has any progress been made actually building the thing? The answer is work has started on the first 3 modules. Maxar Space has completed work on the PPE's central cylinder and has already started putting it through testing. Northrop Grumman's HALO module has completed welding of the main structure in Turin, Italy, and it's beginning to look like a piece of a space station. Finally, pieces of the structure for ESA's IHAB module have been brought together in the same industrial plant that has been working on HALO.
So it may not seem like much, but we can see that progress is being made on the station. I'm a huge fan of everything going on with the Artemis program, but I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see Gateway become realized and get closer to completion. I think now that it's looking a little bit more like a space station, I'm really excited to see that we will have, I guess, a new space station, and this time not orbiting Earth, but actually the moon, and that is a pretty exciting milestone. What are your thoughts?
You know what? I agree. A new space station, but it is around the moon. Something that's never been done, and it's definitely like showing our progress out into, the wider solar system. We're moving beyond just our orbit. We're going back to the moon, but we're making it more of a permanent stay. The station is going to be there. It's going to orbit for, who knows how long, and we're going to visit it over and over again. It's really exciting. It's an exciting time for space flight and space exploration.
Yeah, excellent answer. You've heard from us, but we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on the Gateway mission and Artemis in general? We'd love to hear from you.
If you've made it this far, please like and subscribe for more Beyond Earth news. I've been Zach.
And I've been David. Thanks for watching.